Welcome to our horror movie recap of Dead Snow, a wild blend of horror and dark comedy with a twist that pits an unlucky group of friends against an army of Nazi zombies. This Norwegian cult classic has everything horror fans love: blood, gore, dark humor, and a battle for survival. Set against the stark beauty of a snowy landscape, it turns a fun getaway into an unforgettable nightmare. So grab your snow gear and hold onto your guts. This is going to get messy. Our story begins with a group of friends: Martin, Roy, Hannah, Erland, Chris, Vegard, and Liv, heading off to a remote cabin in the snowy mountains of Norway for a weekend getaway. The group is excited for a few days of skiing, relaxation, and plenty of partying. As they reach the cabin, they settle in, laughing, drinking, and making plans for their adventure. But soon, they realize they're not as isolated as they thought. When a mysterious hiker knocks on their door one evening, he warns them about the dark history of the area. He tells them the legend of a battalion of Nazi soldiers led by the ruthless Colonel Herzog, who occupied the region during World War II, terrorizing and looting the locals. The villagers revolted, driving the Nazis into the mountains, where they supposedly froze to death. The hiker's cryptic warning: the dead don't always rest in peace. Of course, this being a horror movie, the group laughs off the warning, dismissing it as just another creepy campfire tale. But that unsettling feeling begins to grow as night falls over the cabin and strange noises echo from the darkness outside. The next morning, while exploring the area, Vegard stumbles upon something buried in the snow. A hidden box filled with gold coins and valuables, the kind that Nazi soldiers might have plundered during the war. Thinking they've hit the jackpot, the group doesn't realize they've just woken something very dangerous from its icy grave. As they return to the cabin, the horror begins. Out of nowhere, the ground shakes, and a figure emerges from the snow, a decaying, uniformed Nazi zombie with glowing eyes and a thirst for blood. The zombie attacks with brutal force, and before anyone can comprehend what's happening, Vegard is pulled into the darkness, his screams swallowed by the cold night. The remaining friends scramble back to the cabin, locking the doors and windows, but it's too late. The undead have awakened, and they're out for vengeance. Colonel Herzog and his battalion of Nazi zombies rise from their frozen tombs, relentless and unstoppable as they march toward the cabin. They are no ordinary zombies. These creatures are intelligent, organized, and driven by a ferocious rage to reclaim what they lost. With their numbers dwindling, the group has no choice but to fight back. This isn't your typical zombie movie, though. This battle turns into a splatterfest of epic proportions. Armed with whatever they can find: axes, chainsaws, hammers, and even snowmobiles, the friends go from terrified victims to zombie-slaying warriors. Martin, once a timid med student, steps up as a makeshift leader, transforming into a one-man zombie-crushing machine. The film's humor shines through here, as the battle scenes are equal parts horrifying and absurdly hilarious. We get over-the-top gore, limbs flying, and some of the most creative zombie kills ever put on screen. Roy, the comic relief of the group, has some of the funniest yet grossest moments as he struggles to keep his cool while bashing zombie heads. And let's not forget the iconic moment when Martin accidentally chops off his own arm to prevent a zombie infection, then uses that same severed arm as a weapon. It's grotesque, ridiculous, and impossible not to laugh at. Just when it seems like they're getting the upper hand, Colonel Herzog himself enters the fray, revealing that he's not just the leader of the zombie horde. He's stronger, faster, and even more ruthless than the rest. The stakes skyrocket as Herzog's tactical brilliance turns their defense into chaos, and the friends realize they're up against something far more terrifying than mindless zombies. The surviving members of the group find themselves cornered and outnumbered, making a desperate final stand against the Nazi undead. As they try to escape, the tension reaches its peak with a thrilling chase scene through the snow. It's a gruesome game of cat and mouse, with the snow turning red as the zombies close in. Hannah, showing her bravery, sacrifices herself to buy Martin and Roy time to escape. leading the zombies away in a high-speed snowmobile chase. It's an intense moment that highlights the movie's blend of action, horror, and dark humor, all while keeping viewers on the edge of their seats. Martin and Roy, now battered and blooded, make a final run for it. They think they've outsmarted the zombies and that they might actually make it out alive. But as Martin tries to escape, he realizes he's still holding one of the stolen gold coins from the hidden box, the cursed loot that started it all. In a darkly ironic twist, just when Martin thinks he's safe, Herzog and the zombies return, drawn to the remaining gold. Martin's look of horror says it all as he realizes the truth. The zombies were never after the group, they were only after their stolen treasure. The undead soldiers brutally attack him, reclaiming their loot as the screen fades to black, leaving the audience with one last terrifying thought: never mess with Nazi zombies. Dead Snow is a horror comedy that flips the zombie genre on its head, delivering scares, laughs, and buckets of gore in a truly unique way. It's a film that doesn't take itself too seriously, and that's exactly what makes it so much fun to watch. If you enjoyed this crazy recap and want to see more over-the-top horror breakdowns, be sure to stick around for the outro. And that's the insane recap of Dead Snow. If you're into horror flicks with a twist and a whole lot of splatter, then this movie is definitely for you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next horror-filled adventure. What did you think of Dead Snow? Were you rooting for the heroes, or were you secretly cheering for the Nazi zombies? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and remember, in the world of horror, sometimes it's better to let sleeping zombies lie.